Commentary on Malachi chapter 4, King James Version. Malachi 4 serves as the grand conclusion to the Old Testament, encapsulating both the promise of divine justice and the anticipation of a future messenger. It is a short yet profoundly significant chapter, consisting of only 6 verses, and it transitions the biblical narrative toward the coming of the Messiah. Verse 1, The day of the Lord. 4, Behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. This verse paints a vivid image of divine judgment. The phrase "the day cometh" refers to the day of the Lord, a time of reckoning when God will execute justice. The comparison to an oven suggests intense heat, signifying the purging and destruction of the wicked, who are likened to stubble light and easily consumed. The finality of their destruction is emphasized by the phrase "neither root nor branch," meaning complete eradication, leaving nothing behind. Verse 2, Blessing for the righteous. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth, and grow up as calves of the stall. In contrast to the previous verse, this one brings a promise of hope. The Son of Righteousness is a messianic figure, often interpreted as Christ, whose coming brings healing and restoration. The imagery of the sun suggests light, warmth, and renewal, dispelling the darkness of judgment. Healing in his wings points to spiritual and physical restoration. The metaphor of calves being released from the stall signifies freedom, joy, and spiritual prosperity for those who revere God. Verse 3, Triumph over the wicked. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. This verse continues the theme of divine retribution. The wicked, once dominant, will be utterly destroyed and reduced to ashes, symbolizing total defeat. The righteous will tread down their enemies, not by their own power, but as part of God's righteous judgment. This imagery reinforces the contrast between the destiny of the faithful and that of the wicked. Verse 4, Remember the law of Moses. Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Here, Malachi emphasizes the importance of obedience to God's law. Before closing the prophetic message, God calls his people to remember the covenant given through Moses at Mount Horeb, Sinai. This instruction ties together Israel's past, the law, with its future, the coming of the Messiah. It serves as a call to faithfulness in the absence of active prophecy before the arrival of John the Baptist. Verse 5, The coming of Elijah. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. This prophecy introduces a future figure who will prepare the way for the Lord's coming. Many Christians interpret this as referring to John the Baptist, who came in the spirit and power of Elijah, Luke 1:17. Elijah was a prophet known for calling Israel to repentance, and his return signifies a time of spiritual renewal before divine intervention. Verse 6, Restoration and warning. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. This final verse highlights reconciliation both within families and between generations in their faithfulness to God. It suggests that Elijah's role will be to restore relationships and promote repentance, preventing divine judgment. The warning of a curse implies the gravity of rejecting this call to repentance. Conclusion. Malachi 4 serves as a bridge between the Old and New Testaments, emphasizing both judgment and hope. It highlights the fate of the wicked, the reward of the righteous, the enduring importance of God's law, and the promise of a forerunner before the Messiah. This chapter closes the Old Testament with anticipation, setting the stage for the coming of Christ and the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan.